device has been modified. The device has been modified. The device has been modified.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the All-Invitational VII. Weirdly enough, I am All-In Harlock, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies today. This is going to be a bit of a weird broadcast if you've watched the previous TAI 7 casts, for a couple reasons. One, I'm going to be doing the casting today. That's right. I normally try to stay in the behind the scenes, making sure everything's running okay, but well, today I had some difficulty getting casters that could accommodate this time schedule, and you know, as they say, the show must go on, so I'll be holding things down here, trying to both run production and give entertaining commentary simultaneously. So I should apologize in advance, both to the viewers for having to suffer what is sure to be a debacle of a broadcast, and to the players who are unfortunately being deprived of quality commentary from people who actually know anything about this game. But enough self-loathing. Let's get into what we're here to do today. So we've got Group D for you today from Group Stage 1. Pretty interesting group, I think. We've got four players, 3 Zergs and a single Terran. On the Zerg side, we've got Nexlux, Aquila, and gdoggcasey, and holding it down for the Terrans is Lumiya. So a lot of ZVZs in the store for us today, which is good because Zerg is the one race I vaguely know something about, so hopefully I'll have something intelligent to say about that. And yeah, I think this group is pretty even in terms of skill level. We've got 2 diamonds in Casey and Lumiya. Aquila is plat, but has been diamond fairly recently. And Nexlux is masters, but I feel like he kind of hovers around the low masters, high diamond, depending on how active he's being. So yeah, should see some good games. We've got first up, we're gonna have Aquila versus Nexlux in the first matchup. I think that's all I have to say about that, so why don't we go ahead and jump into it, and I'll see you on KTV Ganymede.
Aquila versus Nexlux.
Alright, and here we are on Ganymede. Let's see if I can hit these introductions while also doing them. Spawning in the bottom right, or I guess just the bottom of KTV Ganymede, we've got the yellow Zerg player. That's the Lady Jur herself. It is
Aquila.
And spawning in the top of the map, in the blue trunks, it is one of the most dangerous Master Zergs on the team. The guy who got me into All Inspiration, so you can thank him for that nightmare. It is
Nexlux.
Alright, that didn't go too badly. Alright, so we're on Ganymede, ZVZ. what do you know, Nexlux's pool is already pretty much done by the time I'm done with player introductions. I didn't catch what pool that was. I'm going to guess it was, I don't know, by the time that kind of looked like a 6 pool or maybe an 8 pool. I'm not sure, but this is pretty fucking standard out of Nexlux. Like, early pools are his bread and butter. And, you know, early pools aren't super favored in ZVZ. You know, 6 pools pretty easy to defend if you know what to do. But the thing about Nexlux is he does this pretty much every game. So he knows so much more of the ins and outs of what needs to be done and what kind of edges you can get off of doing an early pool than your average player. So he is still able to be successful with it. Looks like he may have messed up the build a little bit. He's only got 1 pair of lings out when the pools are done, and then going back into drones, which is a little weird, and getting a queen. So I'm not sure if that was intentional or he just messed up the larva distribution a bit. But on Aquila's side of things, as those lings are marching over, she went for the pool gas into hatch, which is pretty safe against an early pool. Definitely safer than 15 hatch, so potentially she's in an okay spot to defend this. Nexlux isn't getting gas. He's not making any more lings, it looks like. Looks like he's going for an expand of his own, so Aquila should not take any significant damage from these 2 lings. But Nexlux is Nexlux. It's, oh, going after a drone. Oh, gets a kill. Wow. What value out of 2 scouting drones, or scouting lings, never before seen. And all that mining time from those pulled drones. God. Oh, Aquila, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, don't lose another drone, though. Oh, wow. This is going real well for Nexlux. That was an insane amount of damage for 2 lings. Only got the 1 worker, but all that messed up mining time really is a pretty big deal at this stage in the game. Yeah, just go home with those lings, man. Their job is done. Aquila's got 2 lings of her own out at this point. Shouldn't be able to do any more damage, especially with that queen there to guard things. Oh, might try to pick off a drone. Oh, man. That would have been incredible if it had got that drone. Aquila's expansion is done. Nexlux is nearly there. Nexlux is going into gas. Looks like he's just started getting gas, so speed is still a ways off. Big ling surge from Aquila. I think she's a little peeved about what just happened, and I would be too if I was her, so see if she can get anything done. Speed's almost done for her. Nexlux still hasn't even started. He's going for a Baneling Nest, though. That's pretty... Is he going to go Banes before speed? That's not a bad maneuver. If he's not planning on being more aggressive in the early game, then he just needs some Banes. He doesn't need the speed. Aquila parking her lings right under Nexlux's Overlord. Not a great maneuver, but let's see. She might be able to pick off this hatch, which would put things definitely back into her favor, I think. Lings coming down for Nexlux. No speed, but who needs speed? 2 queens adding some fire. Ooh, Aquila's focus firing on the hatchery. I don't think she's gonna get it though. And she just lost all these lings. Oh wow, that sucks, and probably that Overlord too. Oh man, that's rough. We've all been there when you think, oh, if I can just get this thing, it'll be amazing. But yeah, you gotta really have good awareness of how many, you know, what your army size is and how fast the DPS is gonna work out with that. Taking an okay engagement here is Aquila. Looks like she's going to lose her lings, but she's still got the speed advantage. Nexlux still has not... There he goes. Now he starts speed, so... Aquila doesn't have to be super worried, except that she's losing more Overlords by the second. She's trying to maybe set up a run-by, but this is a lot of slow lings coming out of Nexlux. Like, she needs to have Banelings, I think, to defend this, even without speed, and she has no Baneling Nest on the map, so this could be a weird base trade type of situation, and this is going to be very hard to observe. Yep. Okay, here goes Aquila, trying to finish off what she started earlier. That queen is doing a great job of leading them astray. Looks like Nexlux is turning around, and he's turning around again. Alright, Aquila's going to get the hatch, so that's a win in the Aquila column, but she sees this super huge swell of slow lings. Say that 3 times fast. And I don't know... Oh man, there's a lot of lings for both sides here. How much damage is Aquila going to get done in Nexlux's main? Oh, she's taking a bad fight in this little choke between the hatch and the geyser. I think it's going to work out for Nexlux. Meanwhile... Oh, some Banelings in Aquila's main. I don't know how much damage that did. Okay amount, not a huge amount. Aquila's remaining lings and Nexlux's bases, not targeting the drones, unfortunately, going for the hatch. That's going to take forever. These reinforcement lings are definitely going to be out before that's down. Meanwhile, Nexlux has a pretty healthy amount of lings in her main, and they are targeting the drones. So this is looking pretty over for Aquila. Yeah, it looks like she's been totally cleaned up. Well, maybe not totally, but she's being driven from Nexlux's base while having nothing at home, so... Yeah, worker count 0 for Aquila. Wow, you don't see that too much in StarCraft, do you? And GG from Aquila. Dang. Well, that got pretty intense there, pretty quick. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I think Aquila's only real big mistake there was not getting a Baneling Nest to deal with the counter slow ling aggression. If she had, you know, a couple Banes at home and maybe focus fired a little more carefully, I think that definitely could have gone her way. So, pretty close game from a Plat to a Master Zerg. Just kind of goes to show you how cutthroat the matchup can be, I suppose. But that was a very Nexlux game. That's what you would expect out of him. His play style is that kind of stuff. Just real razor-thin edge, early game shenanigans that he just makes better decisions than you during because he's been in that situation a million times. So, we'll play Nexlux. We'll play Aquila. Nexlux is up 1-0. So let's go into game number 2, which is going to be on Noah's Ark, which is perhaps the first time we've seen Noah's Ark in this tournament, if I'm not very much mistaken. Someone fact check me on that. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Noah's Ark.
Aquila versus Nexlux.
Alright, and here we are, spawning in the bottom left corner of Noah's Ark. It is the Yellow Zerg down a game. Can she bring it back? It is.
Aquila.
And spawning in the top right corner of Noah's Ark, up a game. He has not put down a pool yet, which is scaring and confusing me. It's the Blue Zerg.
Nexlux.
Alright, Noah's Ark. There's the Nexlux pool. I knew I couldn't get through introductions without seeing that. Noah's Ark. A lot to say about this map. It is crazy, and I don't know why anyone would pick this map unless they've got something special cooked up. So we'll have to keep an eye on Aquila. But the main feature here is right outside the natural. There is this thin ramp that kind of cuts right through the middle of the map with lots of line of sight breakers. Excuse me, and critters messing things up. Oh, looks like Aquila's getting some lag. It happens when you live in a country that's not America. But so this middle pathway just cuts right across the map, right to the opponent's nat. So potentially some really early attacks can be super devastating. You know, if you're Terran or Protoss, you might be able to just wall off this ramp with buildings and not have to worry about it. Aquila going for pool, then hatch, and then maybe gas. Meanwhile, Nexlux is saying, who needs a hatch? I've got a pool. Here comes some lings for you. I didn't catch what pool that was. Maybe 10 pool. But yeah, this seems like what he was trying to do last game, but maybe didn't mess up the build order this time. Instead of a pair of lings, he's got 3 pair of lings and some more coming. So Queen almost done. So let's see. Can Aquila defend 6 lings better than she defended 2? Ooh, oh boy. Yeah, what you want to be doing here is mineral walking between the 2 far mineral patches. Not fighting heads up. The mineral walk is so important because you need to get the surround on the lings. A, to keep them from running away, and B, to maximize your DPS, your service area on them. When you fight them just heads up like this, you don't get a good surround. You're not killing them fast enough. You're losing a ton of workers, as Aquila's seeing right now. Queen is almost out. She doesn't have enough minerals to make any lings, though, because of all that drone dancing. Interesting. Nexlux just posting up on the ramp. Is he going to go? Yep, he's going to go for an expansion. Wow. He could be taking out Aquila's expansion, but it seems like he just wants to go for the kill right now. I think he's going to get that queen. Yep. And Aquila's still up in workers, 11 to 8, so she's not totally dead. She's got a finished expansion and more drones, but Nexlux is not stopping with these lings, and looks like Aquila is about to lose the natural expansion here. Let's see. If we mined any gas, are these speedlings now? So Nexlux made an extractor and is not doing anything with it? Is that what's happening? Okay. Maybe just prepping it for a hypothetical transition later on. I'm not sure. Aquila trying to defend her natural with drones. She didn't pull all of them, though. She pulled a couple to kind of threaten. But her link count is not sufficient here. She needs to protect the drones. Keep an eye on the worker count. She's still up for the time being. A couple losses there brought her down. Looks like she will clean up these lings, though, but more reinforcements from Nexlux arriving. Taking an okay engagement on this ramp. But yeah, these drones, they're not going to get away, I don't think. And there's no... Her income is just too weak to make any more... Oh, where did these guys come from? They must have came from the natural. Well, I mean, her worker count's still not totally screwed yet. She's just having to lose so much mining time, she's not ever going to be able to produce enough lings to... Oh, Nexlux being very fancy with his ling micro here. Picking off workers where he can. Oh, is he going to get that one too? That would be... Oh, man. Luckiest drone alive. Well, another big swell of slow lings from Nexlux back home. Still no ling speed on the way, although he is getting gas now. In fact, he has more than enough to start researching ling speed. Ooh, some drones moving out with Aquila's lings, getting a little brave there. Shout out to ESV Space Shark. Follow him on Twitter at ESV Space Shark. But yeah, this looks pretty bad for Aquila. She needs more lings, and she needs them right now, not more drones, which is what she's building. And I think this might be all she wrote. Losing more workers down to 8, 15 for Nexlux. When your opponent has double your worker size, that's when you know it's time to GG. And that's it. Aquila taps out. Well played by Nexlux. This slow ling aggression style he's busting out is very, very interesting. You know, with the small rush distances on Noah's Ark, that kind of eliminates the need for speed and the need for speed. Oh god. But yeah, I think that really fits well with that map. Ironically, Aquila was the one who picked that map, though, so sounds like something you just had planned from the start. And you know what? If you're a Masters player facing a Diamond player and you think you're better than them, you know, that's when you should do stuff like that. Don't give them a full macro game if they haven't earned, you know, the right to get one by showing that they have a solid early game and cheese defense and all that. So, what played Nexlux? Nice try, Aquila. No harm in falling to a Masters player. I think Nexlux is pretty much the clear favorite to get out of this group. She put up an alright fight. Some pretty cutthroat games there that I'm willing to bet she has not faced anything like before. But yeah, Nexlux goes up to the winner's match and awaits the winner of our next series, which is going to be gdoggcasey versus Lumiya. So we're going to take a quick break so I can slide out the videos, and we'll be right back.
city, we are the heart, we are the life force, we are the spark. It's because of us if we cut the code, we break the program, they live no more. It's lights out for you. I think you smoked on floor. It's lights out for you. Ends are no
gdoggcasey versus Lumiya.
Alright, and we are back on KTV Ganymede. Spawning at on the north end of KTV Ganymede, it is the Yellow Zerg.
gdoggcasey.
And spawning at the south end of KTV Ganymede, our lone Terran hero in this group. It is the Blue Terran. It is
Lumiya.
Alright, ZVT. As everybody knows, the world's best matchup. And this is gonna be a pretty good matchup too. Casey and Lumiya have a bit of a rivalry. They seem to keep hitting each other in tournaments. I think either of them can take games off of either of them. on any day of the week. Although recently it seems like Casey might have a little bit of an edge. I believe he beat Lumiya in their CSL group. I am not 100% sure, so Casey, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that was the case. So we'll see if the streak continues. Casey going for 15 hatch. Looks like Lumiya's going to go for some Reaper action. So we'll just have to wait and see. Ganymede does have a very nice little Reaper cliff leading into the main, so it's a good, easy way to get some scout off there. Yeah, let's see. Make sure he actually makes it. Doesn't do anything crazy. Nope, there he goes. Getting his orbital, making his Reaper. It's going to finish the wall off. Go right for command center. Comes the depot. Casey's pool's going down. He is getting gas, so no Harlock style gasless 3 hatch, which is probably good. Although I don't know very much about Lumiya's play style. I don't know that I've actually seen him play that many games, so I'm not sure what to expect out of him or what Casey will be doing. Uh-oh. Foreign gas for Casey. That's no bueno. That sucks when that happens, but it happens to the best of us. Let's see how long it takes him to notice. Oh, that wasn't that bad. Good job, Casey. Alright, Casey's got eyes on this Rax, and I think he's going to see command center go down from Lumiya here. Reaper on the way, going across the map, and not going up the Reaper cliff. He probably just doesn't know about it. Let's see what he can get done here. Going in on the drones. He's going to get a kill. Ooh, nice spore save by Casey. Lings are out. Depends on how much Lumiya wants to micro this Reaper, but it looks like he's pretty much done with it. Just going to probably link up with the second one coming in. Oh, almost catching up to that Reaper there. Oh, where's this Reaper going? Going home? Maybe to defend the low ground CC? Oh, nope, he's going back now. Alright. Indecisive Reapers coming out from Lumiya, but you know, sometimes they're all jacked up on those stims and whatnot. Third Reaper coming out. See any more? Nope, going into the reactor factory. Alright. It's got 2 Reapers in Casey Natural working on this Queen. Where are those Lings at? There they are. Nice Reaper control from Lumiya, pulling back the weakened ones. Gonna let them all heal. Link up with the third. Casey's doing an okay job of keeping eyes on the Reaper cliff, but Lumiya he doesn't seem to know about it, so he's not looking to take advantage of it. Nice pullback from Lumiya. Is he gonna get the Queen? He must. Yep. He can probably easily take out these Lings, but he's gonna pull out. And I guess I respect it. He got some damage done. Why risk it for all he knows? Speed could be almost done, which indeed it is. And getting Banelings is Casey. Or Baneling Nest, rather. Lumiya CC is done. No third yet from Casey. Speed is finished, and he's got a lot of Lings. So I'm guessing he's going to go for some kind of bust here. Yeah, that Baneling Nest is screaming some aggression to me. And all Lumiya's got at home for this big swell Lings coming in is 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions. And a vague attempt at a wall, but it doesn't matter. Lings are already here. Casey being a little indecisive there, but looks like he's going for surround on the Hellions, and he gets it. No harm, no foul. Now all Lumiya has are these Reapers, which are doing a good job of trying to get a nice position between the geysers, but just too many Lings. Losing Mules. The CC is going to have to lift up. Morphin Banes right on the supply depot. That's kind of a cool effect. Yeah, Lumiya's got to pull something out of his ass right now, going to reinforce the wall with some eBays. Oh, he can get shots on the Banelings from the high ground. That's cute. I don't know if it's gonna... Yep, that's the wrong side. Oh man, bust right through the wall. Some Banes left to spare. I mean, if these Hellions have some good micro... Oh boy. Bane's going for the big pot... Oh, that was a bit of a waste of a Baneling. Oh god. Oh buddy, that was a Baneling hit for the ages. Nice explosion there. Taking out a lot of CVs there for Lumiya. And he is not closing this wall, so Lings are going to just keep running in, getting kills. All the Hellions are dead. All Lumiya's got left are these ASCVs, and he just taps out. Yeah, GG. Well played by Casey there. Huh. Well, that was a bit more one-sided than I thought it was going to be. You know, I think Lumiya really dropped the ball on that one by not going back for the rescout on the main, right? He went in with the first Reaper and saw what was going on, but if you don't rescout, then all the Zerg has to do is wait for your Reaper to leave and then put down whatever tech he wants. So, yeah, I think Lumiya maybe tunnel visioned on Casey's Natural a little bit too much. He did get the Queen, which was great, but yeah, wasn't gonna matter at that point. So yeah, I think Terrans need to just be super disciplined and rescout that main, especially when the Reaper Cliff is so convenient as it is on that map. But poor Lumiya, that's a rough way to go out. But he's just down one game. He can still bring it back. Looks like for his map selection, he's chosen Noah's Ark again. So this will be the most screen time Noah's Ark gets in this entire tournament, I would imagine. All right, well, let's hop into it, and I'll see you guys on Noah's Ark.
gdoggcasey versus Lumiya.
Alright, and here we are, spawning in the top right corner of Noah's Ark. It is the Yellow Zerg, up 1-0. It is.
gdoggcasey.
And spawning in the bottom left corner of Noah's Ark, it is the man who needs to take this game to take it to the rubber match. The Red Terran.
Lumiya.
Alright, back to Noah's Ark again. I gotta say, I don't know why Lumiya would pick this map. I don't see it as being particularly advantageous for Terran in any way. Yeah, it just seems he must have something spoopy up his sleeve, because I just don't know what would be going through his head to pick this map. I mean, I appreciate it. I like to see games on this map. I thought it was a super interesting map. That's why I put it in the pool, but I did not expect it to be first picked by anybody. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see if he's got some plans for Casey. Casey going first 15 hatch again. We'll see if he goes gas after pool or stays gasless this time. Looks like Lumiya's going for the same opener, Reapers. Wonder if we'll see 3 again, or if he will cut it down a little earlier. Here's the pool for Casey. Yeah. Well, I'd like to take this time to give a special shout out to all of the critters that are just chilling in the center of Noah's Ark here. I think they're all in here. Like, there's a crab beetle and a lyote and a male carrack and a tastalope and a male ursidac and 2 ESV space sharks. I don't know why that one's not moving very much, but and what do we got over here? Some things I can't click on. A thorn lizard. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good. But here comes Lumiya's Reaper finally. Casey not getting the gas after pool this time. So maybe going for a quicker third, I would imagine. Let's see if this Reaper can get any work done. Casey didn't lose any drones to the initial Reaper last time, so let's see if he can keep it up. Yep, nice saving the extractor. I think Terrans need to start standing their Reaper on the geyser to prevent that kind of stuff. Oh, just doing a little juke and jive here, but Reaper's going to get out. Casey's got a small amount of lings. Making his queens. Reaper's linking up with a second one. Are we getting a third one too? We sure are. Here comes the factory and the CC for Lumiya, just like last time. Looks like it's basically the same build for Lumiya, slightly different for Casey since he's not getting that gas. Yeah, gasless tends to make me think of roaches, so I'm wondering if Casey is gonna try to put this into a macro game, or wants to do some 1-1 roach timings or something like that. Good eyes Casey, realizing that this is a Reaper Cliff, so he could potentially be vulnerable there. Again, I just don't think Lumiya realizes it. He's very focused on the Nat, wants to get some queens killed. I guess I can't blame him, but yeah, getting that rescout. Oh, here he goes. Maybe he's figured it out. And 3 Reapers could take these 3 Lings. Yep, some nice pullback micro there from Lumiya. Oh, and he's gonna leave though. He did not even get a scout off. Just wanted to kill the 3 Lings, I guess. Let's see, Casey getting a spine at his natural. Here comes a starport for Lumiya and another command center. Went a bit on the greedy side there. Ooh, nice little creep tumor pick off there. That can be pretty annoying in the early game, especially if that's the tumor that like you plan to send backwards into your main or something like that. It's just a little bit of annoyance. Looks like Casey going for a bit of a wall off here. 2 Evos and a Roach Warren. Maybe he's afraid of Hellbats or something like that. Looks like Lumiya's taking his base defense a little more seriously this time, getting a bunker. Although no Ling Flood is coming, so still no third for Casey. I feel like that's one thing that could be a little bit tighter in his plays. Just getting the third a little bit earlier. But maybe he's not going for one. Maybe he's just going to go 2-base Roach. Let's see what's going on for Lumiya. He is getting a Banshee, it looks like. Yep. Reaper's going for a poke at the wall. Sees the Roach Warren, so he knows what's on the table here. +1/+1 started for Casey, so yeah, I'm thinking we're seeing 1-1 Roach. Going to scout this possible third. Yeah, I don't know which third the Zerg should take in this situation. I mean, I guess this tiny choke means this one is just off the table. Better go up here and get this one. But with this one, you at least get the back coverage on your mains, so I don't know. That's pretty rough. Pretty tough choice for Zerg. Not sure which I'd do. Lumiya's pumping out Hellions. He's got his first Banshee out, second one on the way. First Banshee not doing too much. He's spending too much time microing those Reapers, I think. Oh, here comes a third for Casey at 8:30. Yeah, a little bit late, but what can you do? Lair is finished. Roach speed is starting. I mean, I gotta assume we're gonna start seeing massive Roach in the production bar here any second. He's getting a couple to protect his third, which is what I like to do. But is he gonna stop there? Like 6 Roach is a good amount to cover your third while you kind of figure out what you're gonna do tech-wise. Let's see. This Banshee is on the way. Second one about to pop out. Throwing down 3 racks. And another one onto that reactor. Yeah, I feel like these Banshees are pretty late. Casey does not have spores. He has... Oh, he's getting one out at the front right now. Doing a good job of throwing drones over at the third, even though it's not done yet. But it's definitely better to anticipate the third being finished than to wait too long after it. Is this Banshee really... Is he just covering the tiny choke here? I mean, there's some wisdom to that, I suppose. I think it'd probably be better off on Casey's side of the map, at least, right? Yeah, got many Roach in production bar here. 1-1 is done. It's not started 2-2 yet. So maybe it's just full Roach from here on out. He's grabbing a Hydra Den, so maybe he's going Roach Hydra. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, and 2-2 does start, so looks like some Roach Hydra out of Casey. Man after my own heart. Meanwhile, Lumiya still has not lifted his third CC to take another base yet. He's not even fully saturated at his natural yet, so I feel like been missing some SCVs, which is too bad. But at least he's got the orbital there, so he's getting mules out of it. Spores go down, so Casey is either anticipated the Banshees, which have, I think, yet to reveal themselves, or he's just trying to cover his ass against drops, which is something you really need to worry about when you go Roach Hydra. Finally, Lumiya grabbing the third. Banshee's still not doing a damn thing for Lumiya. Meanwhile, the creep spread getting pretty good. So, kind of like to see them maybe out denying that. I guess they're waiting for this third one to show up. tanks coming out for Lumiya, which is good. That's what you want against Roach Hydra. Gonna need more than one tank, though. And gonna need some medevacs for the supporting bio. I think bio tank is a good answer to Roach Hydra, but yeah, the composition here is a little off. Needs more tank and more of the stuff that heals bio. Banshee's doing some work. Looks like they may have got one of them got caught. He's gonna scan and pick off some tumors connecting to the third, and that third is pretty far away, so that's a pretty good move. Yep, trying to scoop Banshees out of there before the Overseer catches up. This is where Roach Hydra starts to get a little icky, because Casey has a lot of ground that he needs to cover with his army to not get caught off guard by drops and that kind of stuff. And that's pretty hard. Not started his hive yet, but he is getting Hydrosk upgrades. Looks like he's moving out. Banshees in secret are spying on him here. It looks like he knows. He's chasing the shimmery masses. Lumiya moving into position to protect his third. Ooh, that's a nasty choke to try to come through as a Zerg. Yeah, I think Casey, well, not quite thinking better of it, but tanks in the back. Goes to cut off the Hydralisk from getting in on him. Oh, does Lumiya hold? God, if he had some medevacs with this army. Yeah, Casey bit off a little more than he could chew there. Upgrades aren't good for the Marines, but they are still Space Marines, as a wise man once said. So Lumiya holds on to his third, taking pretty minimal losses. Getting bold now, even trying to chase down these Roach without the tanks caught up yet. So Lumiya being very bold with his army, I feel like. No, without the tank support, and here's some medevacs finally. Need to heal up this pumpkin army. Casey needs to bring some Hydras or some Queens to help deal with these Banshees, or he's for sure going to lose a lot of Roach. I don't know where all of Casey's... He's got some larvae. I'm sure what he's waiting for. Infestation pit done, so we could start hive pretty soon. Lumiya is starting to siege up outside Casey's fourth, but this is not a great siege area. He's not directly threatening anything. Casey just needs to prevent the tanks from advancing. Oh, he can get the geyser, I guess, but that's not great. Casey taking too many tank shots there, being a little indecisive. It's hard to know when you can go in. You know, you don't, just from your army getting shelled, you don't really know how many tanks are there. And I think all the creep tumors here have been cleared out, so he doesn't have good vision on what exactly the tank situation is like for Lumiya, and it's starting to get to a kind of a scary number. He's trying to take some skirmishes outside of some of the tanks' range. He's doing a good job of whittling down the bio, but these tanks are really what the problem is. Yeah, Lumiya's doing all right here. Tank's getting some good shots, but it looks like the bio pocket collapses. He's got to get out of there. Can he save any of the tanks? That would be clutch. If he can pick up those tanks and get them out, not too bad. Overstraight is welcome a little bit. Oh, Hydras. Oh, but Casey's just saying, I'll race you back to your base. And Lumiya has jack all at home. He's got a handful of Marines and a single tank. His money's skyrocketing, and I think he doesn't have the production. He's only got, 6 racks and a factory off 3 bases. Not enough production, I think, for Lumiya, and that's why he's seeing his money spike up so high. But he's not that far behind in food supply. Hive almost done for Casey. He's getting an additional 2 Evo chambers. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that's to feed some Vipers in a minute, not to try and get 4 upgrades at once. Interesting position on this infestation pit. Pretty vulnerable. But I guess once you have the hive, it's not a huge concern. Yeah, here we go. Lumiya's starting to get the idea that he needs more production. I think what he really needs is more than one factory at this point. Because the tanks are what he needs. The tanks and the medevacs. Oh, here comes a drop for Lumiya. Looks like he's going to sneak around and try to drop at Casey's third. Or go into the main. This is a good angle. Casey's got some good creep spread going in that direction, but he's not going to see it if it comes through here. And all of his army is up by his fourth. This is where playing Roach Hydra is icky. Because you've really got to think about where your army is. Because to respond to this is going to take him quite a while to run across the map. Vipers are out for Casey now, sure enough, chewing away on those Evo evolution chambers, storing up some energy, and trying to dodge the creep there is Lumiya. He's gonna let out at the third here. Just 2 medevacs full marines taking pot shots from the spore. Gets the queen. Casey's responding slowly but surely. I think he's gonna lose all these drones first though. Yeah, wow, nice. Oh, Viper's coming in. Oh wow, oh no, 1 Viper down, 2 Viper down, 3 Viper down. Holy moly. That was probably the most cost-effective drop in the history of humanity. Jesus Christ. How many? 16 workers and 3 Vipers? My god, man. Like, that might be enough to get... Oh, and then he gets a little careless there. But still, that drop was legendary. They should write songs about that drop. I don't know if that was enough to give Lumiya an edge in this game, but it certainly didn't hurt. Having to replace Vipers is really, really painful for Zerg. It's so much gas. It's, 8 roaches, 4 hydralisks that are not in your army, and you need time to charge them up with energy, and it's just a whole thing to have to replace Vipers. So Lumiya is sniping this 4th. Casey not really responding. Looks like he thinks he can't. Lumiya going for a Doom drop, I guess, leaving all his tanks behind. Dropping on the natural where Casey's army already is. Not a great spot to try and take a fight. Just spreading his army out real thin with this drop. Yeah. I don't think this was a great call. This is... Yeah, the point of dropping against a Zerg should be to split up his army, not to split up your army. So I think that was a bit of a blunder by Lumiya there. Need the tanks as the anchor for your bio army versus Roach Hydra. Casey's 3-3 is about to kick in. So Lumiya just picks up and gets out. So besides that little disaster with the drop, he didn't lose much in the way of medevacs or tanks though, I feel. So but Casey's going for it. He's maxed. He's got Vipers with energy. He's got 3-3 just about. So this is the time. Lots of tanks coming out here. Lumiya. Oh, and blinding clouds all over him. Yep. And that's probably going to be game. Lumiya just learned the hard way why you do not clump your tanks versus Roach Hydra Viper. It's a fine point, but it's super, super important. It's, the difference between requiring 2 blinding clouds to totally disable your tanks and, 5 or 6 is pretty significant, actually. So that sucks. Looks like Lumiya is trying to go for some counter drop play to maybe get Casey to pull back, but I think he realizes the jig is up here, and that's it. GG. Wow, what a game. Yeah, that had some twists and turns. There were moments there I kind of felt like either of them might win. That drop by Lumiya at Casey's third, though, was pretty incredible. I don't know if I have it in me to put together an all-invitational highlight video, but if I did, that would definitely be in there. That drop did so much work. And Lumiya had some alright moves. He was dropping at one end, taking out hatches at the other, cutting off heads of the Hydra, if you will, which is kind of what you need to do with Zerg. Is just pull them apart. Don't lose stuff. Take as good traits as you can. While you stop them from keeping their economy engine running, and eventually you can outtrade them once you kind of get to the end game with high level upgrades. But yeah, I think Lumiya really had issues spending his money in that game with lack of production. He was kind of slow to take that third, even though he built the third CC really early. And yeah, well played by Casey though. He had good moves. He had some issues with the things all Roach Hydra players have issues with, which is, how do I defend all of my attack vectors versus drops and that kind of stuff. But he played a solid Roach Hydra Viper macro game, and I commend him for it. Well done, sir. So that sends Casey up to the winner's match to face Nexlux, which will be our next series. And Lumiya goes down to face Aquila in the loser series. So we're going to take a short break while I get the scene set up for that. And we'll be right back. See you guys soon.
gdoggcasey versus Nexlux.
Alright, here we are back again on KTV Ganymede, spawning at the north end. The yellow Zerg. Can he take some games off the Master Zerg that he's up against? We'll find out. It is
gdoggcasey.
And spawning at the south end of Ganymede, his pool is already down before I even got through describing who he is, so maybe that's all you need to know. The blue Zerg, it is
Nexlux.
Alright, well, Nexlux games. Short, sweet, and to the point. Casey's going gas and then pool, it seems, so he might be in an okay situation to deal with an early pool. I think Casey has a much better idea of what to expect out of Nexlux than Aquila did, so I'll be interested to see if he has tailored his playstyle to his opponent. Yeah, we've got the threelings on the way for Nexlux already. Casey's pool is just starting, but he's got early gas, so if he can survive this initial onslaught, he'll probably be in a good spot to do some counter aggression, maybe with some banelings. He'll have the speed advantage, obviously. So, time to just see how Casey's defense of these slowlings is, because I don't think he's getting any of his out before they turn up. Yeah, Queen coming down for Nexlux. We'll see if he tries to snag a geyser. Try to keep an eye on that, but yep, there he goes. Alright, so we'll see if he actually uses the extractor this time, or if he just gets it for show. Well, Ling's on the way for Casey, so he will have some in the not too distant future. And he's got speed on the way. So he's in a pretty good position if he can just not lose any workers right now. Oh, there goes one. And two, but his Lings are out. He's got less Lings though. Oh dear. Losing more, not quite. Not losing workers, losing Lings though. Yep, get him in that pocket, Casey. Get him in there. Oh, that one kind of fell out, but yeah, he's just gotta, now he's gotta surround his queen, keep it safe. Ooh, this is tricky situation. If he loses that queen, kind of the anchor to the defense is gone. Nexlux still has more Lings on the way. I don't know that this speed is gonna help Casey too much. Given that Nexlux is just going to be able to produce more Lings than him until he gets his queen back out. Nexlux is doing his little dance, waiting for a chance to pick off a drone. There he goes. Oh! Did he get it? He must have got it. So how many drones did we get total? 3? Not bad for 3 pairs of Lings. They're totally dead even on workers right now. Nexlux is getting gas. Hasn't started speed or a baneling nest though. So we'll see what he does. Casey's speed is finished, so he's going to go out and try to meet the... Oh, they're just going to run right past each other. Great. Baneling nest going down for Casey, so I think he feels in a pretty good spot to do some counter aggression, but gets cold feet at the last minute. Feels like he's got to come back to deal with these Lings from Nexlux. Let's see what he can do. Oh, if he gets another queen, that would be a pain in Casey's backside. Is he going to get it? Ah, almost. Very close. So what is Nexlux going to do from here? He's getting a spine and 2 queens. He's going to plug the ramp and try to get this spine up behind him. This is looking very reminiscent of a build I used to do back in the day, which involved 1 base, some queens on the ramp, and a spine crawler, but looks like Nexlux is going to transition to 1 base roach. So that'll be interesting. Casey's not going to get up here, I don't think. Neither of these queens have transfuse available, though. Oh, can he slide the queen out and get the Lings in? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a tricky maneuver. That is like trying to dock a space shuttle and, shit, what was that movie called, guys? With Matthew McConaughey? You know the one I'm thinking of. Never mind. Alright, what is Casey doing? It doesn't look like he's transitioning into much except make some banelings and bust up into your ramp. So we'll see if that's successful here. Queen gets slotted back into the wall. And it goes down. And Casey gets an okay number of lings in here. I think with the queen, they're pretty much equal in terms of army value. That queen needs to go help fight, though. Roaches are on the way for Nexlux here, so he just needs to survive until these roaches pop out. He's going to surround the... Oh, gets surround on some of the lings. Couple wiggle through. Going to try to morph into Banes, but that one ling... Oh, Casey's being sneaky, but nope, doesn't manage to kill it by canceling. And Nexlux so confident that one ling is going to kill that Bane, he's not even going to worry about it. So he's got roaches now. What has Casey got? He's got slow lings, no spines, no real tech to speak of. Throwing down some spines now. Will they finish before Nexlux roaches get there? These are slow roaches, so it is possible. Looks like, yeah, Nexlux spread and creep. Going to supply block. Nope, not going to supply block Casey. He's got a fair amount of open supply. And going for the quicker expansion, so despite the early pool, Nexlux jumps ahead in economy. He's got way more workers than Casey right now, so Casey needs to defend this well and then strike back hard. Spine crawlers are done. Nexlux gonna park on this ramp again, though. Like, as long as he stops Casey from getting down another hatch, I think he's probably pretty happy. Lair going down for Nexlux. What is he gonna do with that? I truly have no idea where Nexlux is going from here. I mean, his natural isn't even done, so I feel like one base mute is not an option. Maybe just more roach. Oh, tries to get the roaches up in there while the spines are unburrowing to move. Is he gonna snipes out one of them? Oh, these roaches are slippery. Casey's not able to fully surround them. Gosh, Nexlux is controlling this real well. And Casey's just like, I just gotta keep making lings, man. That's all I got. That's all I can do. And he's not wrong about that. That's all he can do right now. Roach is taking good trades, though. Well, he's kind of slowly whittling them down. But, yeah, this may be it, though. I feel like starts taking too many drone losses. It's down to 10. Down to 7. Oh, boy. Losing lots of workers is Casey. He does clean up the roaches, but he's got nowhere to go from here. He's got no expansion, no tech, no economy. Dances his own lings to BM himself, and GG's out. Wow. Well, it's, you know, it's almost redundant to say this, but I was very impressed by the way Nexlux played that game. It's always really amazing to see what he's able to do with small quantities of units that seem like they should be real bad on paper, like slow lings and slow roaches against spines. You know, it seems like it shouldn't be good, but Nexlux gets the finer points of micro, and he's always able to take real good engagements, even in situations where it seems like that should be impossible. Alright, well, Nexlux is up 1-0. Casey, for his map pick, selects Flagship Damocles, which I'm very excited to see. Thank you, Casey. I believe this is for certain the first time we've seen Damocles in the tournament, so I am excited to cast a game on there. So let's hop into it. I'll see you guys in game.
gdoggcasey versus Nexlux.
Alright, here we are on DF Flagship Damocles, spawning in the top left corner of the map. It is the yellow Zerg. Needs to win this game to get to the rubber match. It is.
gdoggcasey.
And spawning in the bottom right corner of Flagship Damocles, the Blue Master Zerg, one win away from moonwalking out of this group. Can he do it? It is.
Nexlux.
Alright, here we are on Damocles. No pull from Nexlux. Very disappointed. I was so excited to end my introductions and immediately jump into builds, but looks like he's going to be a little more conservative this time. So I guess we can talk about Damocles a little bit. This map is weird. So you've got your natural down here, which is kind of funnels into this rather wide choke, which then funnels into this larger area with a low ground third, with some rocks, or the same ground base, which is just way open, except that the main attack paths are rocked on both sides. So you can either go down here and go through these line of sight blockers and come up on the opponent's side, or you can go through these line of sight blockers, come up to the watchtower, go around, come down through here. So I do know this watchtower does not have vision of this area. So you can sneak around behind these line of sight blockers and come up and be super sneaky. Okay, well, we got some buildings on the map, so what's happening here? Casey looks like he went for gas before pool, and Nexlux went pool before gas. Neither getting a hatch yet. Oh, there goes Casey. And Nexlux doesn't seem like he's thinking about it. Unless he goes for it like now. Because he's spiking up to 300 minerals. Oh, queued up another queen instead. Huh, is he going to stay on one base? I mean, Casey's scouting the no expansion right now, so if I were him, I would just be like, time for units. Okay, but Nexlux going for the expansion now, which Casey will see, so maybe he can breathe a little easier. But he's got to wonder, what was Nexlux doing all that time before he put down that hatch? He's getting speed, slower than Casey though. So yeah, I don't know what Nexlux did with his opener here. He'll have a second queen out faster. That's the only edge I can see that he got over Casey here. Spreading some creep out. Okay, just now getting some attacking units at the 5-minute mark. Maybe the latest initial Zergling build that Nexlux has ever done in his career. And going for a double gas. What are we doing? Plugging his own ramp. Ling's trying to sneak by. Oh, he's going for the walk your queens under the Overlord and then snipe it when he can't run away maneuver. I love it. Classic. Meanwhile, over at Casey's base, looks like it's Drone City. He's got a tiny amount of Lings. Speed just finished. Yes, we started? I don't know what that means. Don't get it. Nexlux talking to himself again, like a weirdo. Here comes a tiny amount of slowlings. Oh, speedlings now from Nexlux. Gonna poke in, see what there's to see, try and get his scout off. And he could see this baneling nest, and that could be potentially a pretty big tell. Yep, sees it, gets a drone for his trouble, loses 4 lings. All in all, pretty good trade. Goes for the Roach Warren and baneling nest and lair immediately. All the tech for Nexlux. Somehow he's up in workers though. He's trying pretty hard behind that, I guess. I don't know how that happened. Let's see. Starting to wall off his net a little bit here is Casey, but needs to kind of more be out in front of the ramp, I think. kind of setting his speedlings out front, maybe thinking about going for it, but his baneling, no, where is his? Oh, he canceled it. He canceled the baneling nest to make this Roach Warren, so could be some Sig mind games if he, kind of runs these lings forward under the Overlord, makes Nexlux think he's going to morph them all into Banes, but Nexlux doesn't seem to be sweating it. He's got his lair, Roach speed on the way. Casey sneaking ahead in drones now. Made a whole bunch while these lings were kind of waiting, and snuck ahead by a couple. But I think Nexlux is done with drones. I think he wants roaches from here on out, plugging his own ramp with his roach. This queen maybe should be a little more positioned between the spine to keep it safe. But he sees Casey's ling army, probably not too worried about that amount of lings. And that's literally all Casey has for attacking units right now. Nexlux morphing some banelings to keep him safe while he moves out. That's a good move. Banelings at the top of your ramp, so when they go for the run by, you... Yep, like that. Yep, like that. Perfect. That's what you do. Banelings on the ramp, so when they try to run by, they get a nice face full of green goo. And now we can plug him with these queens while he moves out, and he'll be pretty safe. Casey's panicking. He's panicking, making tons of spines. He knows big amount of roaches are coming. And his roach horn's been done, but he has not been making roaches, it seems. He's got 4 in the mail, just not enough. Maybe with some good transfuse he can stay alive for a little bit longer. 2 spines finished, but yeah, they need to be further up, I think. Well, Nexlux isn't running by into the main, which I think he should, but yep, there he goes. You can have your natural. We're just going to go right up into the main where there's no spines. Ooh, this is going to be rough. Nice baneling hit. Takes out many drone. 17 in total so far this game. Roaches are starting to pop in a decent number for Casey. He may be able to hold this off, but Nexlux nearly doubling his supply right now. 14 roaches in the mail for Nexlux. Looks like he got a little lax on his production while he was microing this army, but yeah, he's going to try to just go behind, snipe some drones, be annoying, reload his roach gun, and come back in a minute for more. Yeah, more important that he weaken Casey's economy now and let him keep these roaches than, let those roaches fight his, trade evenly, and then he still has economy to make some more to defend the next batch. Get an Evo Chambers Nexlux, and a 3rd base. Whoa, this is not the Nexlux we know and love. Truly, Casey pushing Nexlux to his limits. Might see some unit upgrades and a 3rd base for Nexlux. Wow. Yeah, Casey nowhere in a position to start thinking about a 3rd base for himself. He is hurting in the workers. 20 drones down for Nexlux. I think this game is all over but the shouting at this point. Casey just doesn't have the economy to... Even if he makes nothing but drones, it's going to take him several minutes to get up to Nexlux's current level, and Nexlux will be making nothing but roaches in the meantime, so... Getting pretty worried for Casey. I think we really need to push this spine wall out a bit more. I know he does not have much in the way of queen energy, so that's not an option right now. And no... Whoop! And I think Casey sees this big roach ball and goes, screw that. And probably right he is to say that. So, GG's out, and Nexlux takes the series 2-0. Congratulations, Nexlux. He is the first player to advance out of Group D into Group Stage 2. So, Casey goes down to the decider match, where he awaits the winner of the losers match, which will be coming up next, and that is Aquila versus Lumiya, or Battle of the Wrong Hemisphere, if you like. So that'll be coming up next. I'm going to go do a short break while I get that set up, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Aquila versus Lumiya.
And welcome back to KTV Ganymede. It's game one of the losers match. Spawning in the bottom corner, if that's a thing, of KTV Ganymede, we have the other yellow Zerg. Casey played yellow, right? Got a lot of yellow Zergs in this group. This one is
Aquila.
And spawning at the top end of KTV Ganymede, it is the sole survivor, the last remaining Terran in this group. The blue Terran, he is
Lumiya.
Alright, back to TVZ. A man's matchup. I think Aquila and Lumiya are probably the most closely matched up in terms of skill. So I'd expect these games to be pretty close. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if anybody dominates anybody here, because I feel like they're both kind of in that high plat, low diamondish kind of an area. I would like to see some nasty cheeses out of Lumiya, some Hellbat aggression. I feel like that would be pretty good to get under Aquila's skin. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see what he has in store. He did pretty much the same build 2 games in a row versus Casey, so we'll see if he sticks with his 3 Reaper opening, and then goes into Factory for Hellions and Banshees rather. Aquila going hatch first into pool gas. No gasless for her. She wants some speedlings. And first Reaper popping out for Lumiya now. Gonna go scout. Is he gonna use the Reaper Cliff? This is the question. Why waste your time coming up through this mess when you could just have a nice little pop up here? You'll see the gas. You'll know. I mean, this is even out of sight. You could just chill up here. Oh, I think he's figured it out, or pathfinding did it for him. But it's up the Reaper Cliff. Aquila may not know about this Reaper Cliff. She's gonna lose a drone. Nope, pushes the Reaper back. She's probably like, oh, there's a Reaper Cliff there. This changes everything. Yeah, hard to know where to put your lings right now. I think I'd leave him at the Reaper Cliff and rely on my queens for the... Oh, almost losing that Reaper. Oh my gosh. Aquila being very bold off creep with these slow wings. Reaper pulling back to meet his buddy. It's the 3rd one on the way. Yes, sir. Going into the factory. CC about halfway done. This seems to be the Lumiya standard. Speed halfway done for Aquila. Queens are out, so Reaper shouldn't get too much more done here. Lumiya does like to try and kill this queen and not go for that rescout. Doesn't look like it's going to cost him anything here. No Baneling Nest yet from Aquila or anything, so looks like she wants to play macro. Does get a Reaper, though, with that queen. Very nice. 3rd one coming in. Looks like that's the last we'll see of the Reapers. Going for that reactor. Healing up his Reaper. Aquila pulled 2 out of gas. Left 1 in. Maybe just trickling some gas in for the lair in a bit. Reapers come back in, pick off a ling. Not getting much done though. Another queen pops out. Lumiya already floating a lot of minerals. A little too much Reaper micro, not enough macro, I think. Now we spin it though. Why not? Another command center. Waiting for this reactor to finish so we can drop his factory on it and get some Hellions. Yeah, what's Aquila up to? Getting a Roach Warren and 2nd gas. Alright, and a 3rd base. That's a good time to 3rd base. 6:30, I think's about when I like to get it, so that's pretty nice and on time for Aquila. I like that. Going for a starport as Lumiya, so this Tech Lab is probably going to swap onto the starport for some Banshees if I had to guess. Banshee's quite good against Roaches, so Aquila's going for some kind of 1-1 Roach timing. This could work out pretty well for Lumiya. Pretty not impressive wall going on here for Lumiya. Just did not take the lesson that Casey taught him to heart about getting a wall up, especially if you don't get the rescout in the main. Ooh, Baneling Nest also coming down for Aquila. Some Roachling Bane attack, perhaps? I mean, with a wall like this, it could work. I feel like it's a ways off, though, and Banshees are starting now. No lair yet? No lair yet for Aquila. That's a bit late, I think. Especially if these Banshees got Cloak and she had no Overseer, but she's just going for it. She's just like, I got some Roaches, and let's just spam Lings, and I'll make some Banelings when I get there, and everything will be groovy. And she's not wrong. It looks like it's gonna be that one Banshee that oh wow. Oh, does Lumiya see? He's got to see these Roaches scooting on by, and this mass of Lings. He's got to see it. He's not really reacting. A little bit too late, I think. I don't know if he thinks that's all of them. Doesn't know about this massive unit's already outside his door. Complete lack of a wall. Aquila's gonna try to fight the Hellions, but this is just a decoy to pull her away. She needs to go for the jugular. One Banshee out. SCV's preemptively evacuating. Looks like, ooh, she gets in the doors down. Aquila just marches right into the main. Oh, separates the Lings from the Roaches, though. Lumiya's Hellions making a dive on her natural mineral line, though. Oh, this could get messy, but I feel like Aquila is just getting too much work done. Yeah, Hellions fighting Queens, not targeting drones, so this will get cleaned up. Meanwhile, Lumiya is losing every worker, and he GG's. Wow. Well played, Aquila. That was a solid Roachling Bane bust. Yeah, Lumiya was not ready for it. I think it's really that natural wall that he needs to work on. He needs to prioritize getting a bunker and fleshing out the wall with more depots so that he has something to repair. Because yeah, Aquila just stomped all over him. Two armies passing in the night like ships there in the middle of the map. I kind of wonder what would happen if he hadn't turned back with his Hellions and had just dove on Aquila's stuff. I mean, those Hellions never would have beat the Roaches in a straight-up fight, so probably not super effective, but makes you kind of wonder what if. That might have caused Aquila to pull back. Cool. Well, Aquila takes a game and goes up 1-0 over Lumiya. So Lumiya's map pick is going to be, say it with me, Noah's Ark, as he's wont to do. So let's go ahead and load into that, and I'll see you guys in game.
Aquila versus Lumiya.
Not quite finished loading yet. Hang on. Wait for it. There we go. Alright. Alright. Here we are on Noah's Ark for game 2. Spawning in the bottom left corner of Noah's Ark. It is the Yellow Zerg. Up 1-0. It is.
Aquila.
And spawning in the bottom right corner, or I'm sorry, top right corner of Noah's Ark. The Blue Terran on his last leg. He has got to win this game or his tournament life is over. If you're a Terran fan, give a cheer. This is Lumiya. Saying hi to the stream like an asshole.
Lumiya.
Alright. Here we are. Game 2. Noah's Ark. Why does Lumiya keep picking this gosh dang map? I don't know. Is he just gonna go for his 3 Reaper, low ground CC, Hellion Banshee thing again? I feel like he's got to mix it up a little bit. It does. I mean, it's one thing if you do the same thing because it works every time, and it's another if you do the same thing and it does not work any time. And that's why I love Aquila, because she appreciates a good ESV Space Shark on the map. I'll give it another shout out. Remember to follow ESV Space Shark on Twitter at ESV Space Shark. He needs your support. I don't actually know which one of these sharks is Space Shark. I think it's this guy. That guy looks like he's on Cloud Kingdom. I don't know what that guy is, or why he stopped moving. And Aquila messing up her build because she's gazing into the eyes of Space Shark. It's a... I guess maybe this map pick did pay off for Lumiya if he got Aquila to blunder her build because she was too busy admiring the scenery. So that's a strat you need to keep under your hat if you're still in this tournament. Pick Noah's Ark. People can't resist clicking on critters. There's the Tastalope and the Artosalope. Hell, it worked on me. I haven't cast anything that's happened in this game yet. What's going on? Alright, here comes the Reaper for Lumiya, same as always. And Pool and then Gas for Aquila after her 15 hatch. So we'll see. I mean, if I were her, I'd do the same damn thing again. Make him prove that he can handle it. But I feel like Aquila is not that kind of player. Oh, only the 1 Reaper this time instead of the 3? Deviations, they're occurring. Lumiya is improvising. Alright. Interested to see where he goes from here. Reaper comes in. Ain't gonna get any damage done. Aquila's Lings. Oh. Not quite out yet. He hesitated there at the ramp for a little bit too long. I don't know what Lumiya's saying oh boy about. Unless that one Reaper does his own build mess up. Reaper does get out. He's going for Marines now. Thinking the 3 Reapers is... it seems like maybe what he was thinking was that getting 3 Reapers is what's leading him to die to early stuff. I don't think that's true. I think 3 Reapers is a fine number of Reapers to get. You just also then need to make some stuff after that, such as Marines that can go in bunkers, for example. Let's see. Aquila pulled 2 guys out of gas after starting speed, leaving the 1 in there again. I do like leaving 1 in there. I leave 1 in there so that I can get Overlord speed before lair, but I think she just used it directly for lair. First thing, the bunker. I don't know about this bunker placement, but I like that he's going for the bunker. It's gonna be a little weird to complete this wall. Going Overlord hunting as well with these 2 Marines, so you know, that's if is he gonna get it? It's gonna be close. I think he's oh wow. Overlord gets away. Is he gonna try to run after it? So salty. But yeah, I like the earlier bunker, you know. It's only gonna help you, especially if you don't get a rescout with your Reaper. Where did that Reaper go anyway? Must have missed it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is an interesting way to try to complete the wall off. Maybe go here to here and something in there. Not sure I see the wisdom behind that, but certainly something you can do. Going for Armory is Lumiya. We're gonna see some Hellbats. I sure hope so. I feel like we've gone this whole tournament without seeing any Hellbats. Starting the layers, Aquila. No 3rd yet. Staying on her 2 base for now. Spinecrawler going down. She's senses a disturbance in the force. Doesn't want to die to something silly. Yeah, I think this is what Lumiya's play was lacking in the earlier games, was getting a foundation to build a defense on. Just having one supply depot there is not helpful. This starts to get helpful because this is in range of the command center. So, I mean, I still think it would probably be better to just go across here, but with the current setup, even if Ling start to come in here, should be in range of the bunker for the most part. But let's see what he's able to do with these Hellions. How's that armory coming? It's done. So, medevac on the way. I don't know where he's going. He's going to try to drop? Or he's checking for a third, maybe? Yeah. I'm a bit confused by his army movements here, but just some gentle pokes with some Hellions. Aquila thinking about trying to chase him down, but she is reticent. She's got a Spire in the mail, nearly done. And she's got a healthy amount of some static D right here. Oh, here we go. It's morphin time. Hellbats are out. Let's see what he can get done. Still got that Reaper from the beginning. Needs to target fire. And Aquila misses the chance for some transfuse micro there, which is a little. Ooh, no! Oh, no! Yeah, that's too bad. 8 mutas are on the way. If she can avoid taking some serious damage before those mutas are out, she might be able to stabilize. Gotta protect these drones, though. Gotta protect these drones. It's like, yeah, Lumiya's not doing a great job following. Mutas are out. Go, mutas, go! 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 Those drones are taking the long way home. There we go. Alright, so she does manage to clean up the Hellbats for the most part, except for this kind of small contingent that are causing these drones to be scared to come to work. More Hellions coming in from Lumiya, not transforming, just trying to get in a good position to take out these Zerglings. Looks like she cleaned up the remaining Hellbats up north of her third too, and gonna get a Banshee for her trouble, so not too bad. So where does that really leave us? Oh, 8 worker kills is pretty good, but Aquila's still in the worker lead. She's got better. Well, they've got pretty much equal income for the moment. So, yeah, I don't know who I'd put in the lead at this point. Aquila does have a decent number of mutas out and a third base, which Lumiya does not have. Nor does Lumiya have much in the way of army at home. Aquila getting a little ambitious here, I feel like. Let's see if you can do anything with these mutas. There are turrets up already. So Lumiya expecting this transition. 3 unrallied drones about to get picked off. Yeah, Aquila sees Marines, she sees missile turrets, wants nothing to do with that. Ripperino to those drones. Looks like she's gonna... He's called her bluff, she's going home. Trying to run by is Lumiya. Aquila last minute gets a wall up, but Hellions managed to kill buildings for the first time in StarCraft history. Getting some good shots on the drones. Aquila trying to cut them off at the pass. That's still a pretty good place for them to fight. How many additional workers was that? I think that was like 8. My goodness. Now she's behind in drones, and now's where it starts to get a little iffy. No dronage on this third base at all. Lumiya going to take his third now, so yeah, with that third base and the superior worker count, well, I guess not any longer, but if Aquila can keep this third from landing and maybe even kill it, that would be a huge way for her to come back. Oh, but Lumiya's got this huge Marine Widowmine army that's gonna Shrek all of her mutas if she's not paying attention. Oh wow, tons of friendly fire. Probably not worth it for Aquila, but if you're gonna lose your mutas to not paying attention to them, that's the way to do it. Take out half the Terran army with you. But shit, that is painful for her. Lazy drone having a smoke break back there. Going for a transfer to the third. But yeah, the power of mules is pretty good. Lumiya doubling her income at the moment, even though she's got 20 additional workers. Uh-oh, not mining. Get in there. Yeah, this is a tight spot. I'm not sure what you do as Aquila in this position. Lumiya is very light on medevacs, so maybe you just go, you know, Massling Bane. This is a nice start of a wall for Lumiya. I like that he's getting better about that. I think this is the kind of wall we needed to see in the previous game and in his games versus Casey. Naughty supply drops, though. Guess he's just practicing for when mules are removed from the game. I can respect that. Yeah, I don't see any big moves for Aquila that are gonna... What, is she getting Ventral Sacs? She's getting Overlord drop. What? I would love to see what she plans to do with that. Lumiya's army's coming down to try to snipe her third. And 3 mutas go in. No mutas come out. That's too bad. She has 1 mute at the top left corner, all by his lonesome. Some okay baneling hits. Some really good baneling hits, actually, but yeah, Lumiya's not going to press it. He's going to go home, or he's going to go to the high ground, which is a pain. Well, it's not that much of a pain to get up there, but you do have to go through a choke. The single Mutalisk that remains, last Mutalisk standing, very nearly misses getting blown up by that Widow Mine. Yeah, I think mutas are done for her. She's missed her window. I would say go like Ling Bling and Fester at this point. That way you can spend some gas on Infestors, but you don't need like 800 gas worth like you would for mutas. Trademark Aquila Changeling. Nobody's got changelings like Aquila does. That's one of her trademarks in her playstyle that I think is super cool. She's better at using changelings than most master players I know. Just kind of neat. Oh, damn. Damn. Gigantic Widowmine bursts on her Ling Bling army there. That is a setback. Just call her Kael'thas. And this is Sunwell Plateau, because that was a mere setback. Yeah. Starting to look real bad for Aquila. I'm not sure what she can do to get back in this game. Did anything ever come of those drops? The research finished, but I have not seen an attempt at drops yet. Must have been a mistake, which is too bad. I was hoping she'd have something cool for us, but things happen, I suppose. 4th base coming down for her now. Lumiya's still just on the 3, but he is getting a 4th CC now. Starting +3 weapons. +3 armor, not started, but I don't think he needs it or wants it. He's got a good army composition right now. He's got stim, he's got combat shields, he's got a decent number of medevacs. Got a couple of mines in there for good measure. Oh, if Aquila went now, she could get a nice baneling hit. Trying to preemptively set off that mine. Good work. Pretty good baneling hit. She just needs more. Yeah, if she could... It's too hard to set up a flank in this corridor because you have to go all the way around to come from the back. Muta's trying to harass the medevacs. Nearly gets that one. This is a tense moment. Oh, it looks like Lumiya's afraid to kind of move in, but somebody's got to move at some point. Not a great baneling hit. I feel like she just needs to buy a little more time to get lings and banelings out. Oh, I think she's had enough. She's going for it. Medevac's not at all defended here, though. Going down pretty much for free. Nice pickups for Aquila. She's actually going to hold this off. Oh, no. Widow Mines. Hidden Widow Mines Shrek what's left of it. And Mutas should not fight through 3 Marines. Even when they're 2-2 Marines. Damn, that was some back and forth action right there. But it looks like Aquila is out of gas. And I mean that figuratively and not literally. All she can do right now is make lings and banes and hope she can whittle down this army before this massive backup army comes to reinforce, which just doesn't seem likely. Loses her 3rd. Manages to get some drones out down to the 4th. these Widow Mines. She needs Overseers in this army. She's getting hits off the same Widow Mines, I feel like. Or at least in the same locations. This Widow Mine is still here from earlier. Looks like Lumiya's going to try to go for a drop behind the natural. Aquila thought about moving out to apply some counter pressure, but keeps getting stuck at home without a high mute account to deny drops. She's not safe to leave her own base. Lumiya long distance mining because he's too much of a lazy ass to lift up this command center. I don't know what to make of that, folks. But Lumiya nearly maxed now, moving across with his death army. He's got Marines, he's got mines, he's got a single Thor carrying his flag. And what does Aquila have? Not much. She's got changelings. Always got changelings. But this base, this fourth, is going to go down before the army even gets here. Oh, if he could have wedged into that corridor, that would have been disgusting. All lings die immediately. Baneling hits not good enough, I'm afraid. This is GG. She's down to 50 supply versus a maxed out Terran. It's no bueno. She's dead, Jim. Finally, Lumiya has the good sense to move his command center. Yeah. Lumiya's done it, I think. Some really, really good mine hits this game. I mean, I don't think that's all that won Lumiya the game, but just the amount of mine carnage was pretty rough to watch as a Zerg player. Aquila just didn't have the Overseers in her army. She was really good about changelinging, but they weren't good about keeping those Overseers where they were useful. Oh, if we get some banelings on that big mine, oh boy. Alright. If I could GG for Aquila right now, I think I would. I mean, credit to her, yeah, there she goes. Credit to her for staying in as long as she did, but yeah, those mine hits were brutal consistently throughout the game. Lumiya does it. He stays alive. Ties it up 1-1. Is this the, yeah, the first series in this group that goes to the rubber match, so that's exciting. That means it is Aquila's map choice, and she selects the pattern for her map. Interesting. Yeah, we haven't seen that map today, and we have not seen any ZVZs on the map, I think. Typically, it's been the Protoss who are picking that map, so be interested to see how ZVZ plays out there. Alright, well, let's go ahead and load it up, and I'll see you in game.
Aquila versus Lumiya.
And here we are on the pattern, spawning in the top left corner. The Yellow Zerg needs to win this game in order to stay alive in the tournament. It is
Aquila.
And spawning in the bottom right corner, the Blue Terran, weirdly enough, also needs to win this game to stay alive in this tournament. He is
Lumiya.
All right. Welcome to the pattern. A very weird map, which I just kind of like the look of. I think some of the earlier casters drew some comparisons to Whirlwind, which I can kind of see. You know, natural leads out into this ramp up in any direction kind of a thing. And if that's where this map got its inspiration, then I am cool with that, because Whirlwind was a great map. Aesthetically, it's kind of somewhat evocative of Ohana in these kind of deserty areas in the middle. without being... I mean, Ohana I feel like was pretty toss-favored, and this map is also somewhat toss-favored, but not nearly to the degree Ohana was, in my estimation. So I don't know what it is about desert jungle maps, but it seems to be a recurring theme. We've got a nice shiny Xel'Naga tower here in the middle. Is this what all Xel'Naga towers look like? Do they all have this glowy particle effect, or am I crazy? I don't know. Tweet at team_all_in and let me know. Gotta build that brand, son. Alright, well, that game went much better for Lumiya with his 1 Reaper rather than his 3. So I wonder if he's going to draw that connection and stick with the 1 Reaper, or go back to 3. Aquila doing her usual hatch gas pool. Mine 100 gas, probably going to pull out 2 guys after that if I had to guess. Yep, he got the 1 Reaper and then straight into the reactor, so that's interesting. It's kind of neat to see him make that adjustment to his build just throughout this group. Doesn't look like this Reaper's going to get much done, though. Lings are already out. Might lose it. Oh, nope, slips on through. And he did use this handy-dandy Reaper Cliff, which Aquila has fortuitously scouted with this Overlord. It's a nice place to keep an eye on. She knows it's coming back up. Oh. Aquila, or Lumiya trying to be a little bit annoying here. Just taking pot shots is all, really. Can't expect to do too much damage with only 1 Reaper, so to make up for that lack of damage, you gotta increase the annoying factor, I suppose. Factory coming down. Second CC finished for Lumiya. Wonder if we're gonna see Starport right after and some Banshees, perhaps. Perhaps. Aquila just droning up, getting speed. 2 guys out of gas, as is her standard. And there's the Starport. Fantastic. So I bet we'll see this barracks make a tech lab. Or some Marines first. Well, he's already got 4 Marines for a bunker, so I would say tech lab. This 1 Reaper still staying alive. He needs to confirm the rescout, I feel like. I mean, he sees lairs, so he knows that it's at least going to be... It's not, you know, hatch tech that he needs to worry about, necessarily. No 3rd yet, from what he's seen, and no 3rd in reality, although I don't think he's scouted this base. And that might be the 3rd I'd take if I was against him in this situation. No Banshee. Is that right? Going right into Medivacs? Is he going to go for some kind of Hellion drop? Or a Hellbat drop, perhaps? Could be good. There is a lot of dead space in the main base on this map. I don't know how he would get a Medivac up here, but he could get it right here and walk in that way, which could be pretty good. Aquila just droning hard. Still no 3rd yet from her, or a Roach Warren, or really anything. Some Hellion Marine pressure at the front. All she really has is the Spine and some Queens. Lumiya's happy to take the Queen, though. Oh. Alright, some more Hellbat pressure. Is this gonna be enough on its own? I don't know. Got a Spine there. Queen's not all participating in this fight, though. And they're attacking Hellbats instead of Medivacs, so this might just roll Aquila over. All she has is tiny amount of Lings. It's the same thing as last game, waiting for a Spire to finish so she can get out Mutas, but this came much quicker than the previous attack did, so the Spire's not even done yet. And Aquila just losing... Oh, that was almost a really good Slipknot there, but... yeah, I mean, she's going to clean it up, I think, with these reinforcements, but... She's lost a lot of Queens and a lot of drones. Although she's only a couple workers behind Lumiya at this point. But yeah, that drop was super effective. Or not drop, just that attack, I guess, was super effective. 16 workers killed. That's a lot. Now Aquila doesn't really have an income to sustain continuous 2-base muta generation. Looks like she'll be able to get about 8 or 9 mutas out, but after that, not so much. Let's see. At home, Lumiya is finishing off the wall, anticipating some mutas, building missile turrets. I will give Lumiya credit for that. He is very prompt and timely with his missile turrets, and he builds a good amount. He doesn't just build one, but he doesn't go crazy and build like 15 either. So I like his quantity and position of turrets. I think they're well thought out. They are enough to discourage the Zerg player from leaving unattended mutas in your base, but not so much that you've just done more damage to yourself in making turrets than the mutas would have caused if you hadn't built any. So I'll give him props for that for sure. Let's see, Baneling Nest going down at the 11-minute mark. Seems a tad late, but given what she went through in the early game, understandable. Third CC going down for Lumiya. Going over to scout the third with these 2 Hellions, it seems. Picking off some stray Zerglings along the way. Aquila holds the sparkly turret, which makes her the sparkly Zelnaga Watchtower, which makes her the real champion. And what's Lumiya up to? Making mines now. Making double medevacs. He's got 1 Banshee. Is that the only Banshee? I believe so. Yep, just the 1 Banshee. 1 Reaper, 1 Banshee. Lumiya is a man of singular tastes. Aquila trying to complete this wall off to protect herself from the 2 Hellion menace that is dogging her. But mutas are out. 6 more in the mail, so she'll have an okay amount. Just not sure where she's going to be able to do much damage. Lumiya has not tried to go for a third yet, although it looks like he's positioning his army in a place to cover a third when he goes for it. Never mind, he's going to go attack, I think. And he might catch some of these rallied mutas. Rallying mutas is an art form and very difficult. Oh, misses him and claims the shiny watchtower for his own. Yeah, what's Aquila going to do with these mutas? I mean, she can try to focus fire these turrets, but yeah, it's too much damage and not any reward. Ooh, she's trying to find an angle, but meanwhile, back at the base, she's about to lose her third and potentially a lot of workers. God, I wish Lumiya would just bum rush those mines in, but trying to be a little more thoughtful than that. He should really have them placed, you know, in places the drones will try to evacuate through, I think. Aquila with a very tiny bling bling force. Trying to push the Marines back, but no baneling speed means they cannot catch the Marines. Oh no! Aquila with the mine shots shrekking her mutas every game. That hurts. Lumiya sets up behind the mineral line at the third. Gets a lot of workers. Looks like he's going to get cleaned up. Enough mutas survive for Aquila that she can hunt down these medevacs, but she did not quite finish getting rid of the Marines. There we go. Holy moly, 49 workers killed in total. Okay, something must have been going on over at this base when I wasn't looking. Did a Banshee come in here or something? I guess so, because that's a lot more workers than we saw just die. So, nice job there, Lumiya, with the multi-prong aggression, which I didn't even notice. Well played. Aquila is saying, screw this man, I'm going to make a bunch of banelings. Does she have bane speed? I don't think she does. Oh, she does. Okay. So, if Lumiya looks away from this army and she just bashes her head against it, she could do some... She could take out this whole army. I think it would be a waste if she, like, blows up all these banelings on this command center or something. I don't know what she plans to do with all these banes. Because the thing about banelings is they can do a lot of damage, but at the end of a battle, you've got to have some soldiers left, or else it looks like you've lost. And You don't get your soldiers back at the end of a baneling battle. Oh, might get some good hits on SCVs. Okay hits. Oh, get 'em. Marines stimming and running for their lives. Okay-ish splits. Yeah, not enough damage. And mutas get shreked by Widow Mines, as they're wont to do. Yeah, that's rough. Aquila's in a bad spot. She's taking a lot of economic damage this game, and not getting great engagements. So how does she come back? She's gonna make more banelings. I mean, I admire her moxie and her belief in banelings. How are these banelings even getting out of this base? Is this a crack? Can they come through here? I'm curious. Lumiya's army's on the move. Aquila's changelings are on the move. I feel very confident that these lings are stuck in this, unless they can squeeze through here, mate. I don't know. Lumiya's trademark Doom Drop, a lot more effective when you're not leaving behind a bunch of siege tanks, I'll bet. But hey, it may not matter if these guys are trapped in here, since the Doom Drop's coming to you. Is Aquila gonna react? She does. If she gets some good Bane hits here, this could be terrific. Oh. Well, she totally decimates the army. But lost a bunch of banelings. She did save Widow Mines. But yeah, I think they're just not getting good enough trades to let her claw back into the game. I mean, she's doing a great job of hanging in there. Like, if you lose 50 workers, I don't think I would be able to do much at all at that point. I would probably have GG'd a long time ago, but she is fighting it out. Lumiya is just not making enough mistakes, I think. He's playing pretty well. I don't know if that Doom Drop was that advisable. I don't know who taught him that the Doom Drop in TVZ was the thing to do. Maybe reconsider that maneuver. Yeah, but even with that potential blunder, he still traded just fine. Mine shots on banelings are not great. For Aquila, that is. For Lumiya, they're very good. She's amassed a okay-ish army, considering how on the back foot she's been. She's running the risk of, well, her mining at her main is so pathetic. I guess she's not really running the risk of mining out. But yeah, she needs to get economically ahead, and needs to get a fourth, I think. Some good Bane hits could turn this game around right here, right now. Oh, she almost had them. That was so close. God, that's heartbreaking. And now Widow Mines, which are not burrowed. She might get some good hits here. Very nice hits. Mines were not burrowed. Just lings left now, but I feel like, yeah, she's getting work done. Damn. Go Aquila. I mean, the real problem here is that the medevac count is out of control. And that's really the expensive, hard-to-replace part of the army. You can replace Marines and Widow Mines all goddamn day. It's the medevacs that cost the gas and cost the time, and they can't be reactored out. So without mutas to take care of those, I feel like it's going to be a pretty uphill battle. Aquila changelings going to scout out what's happening. I mean, Lumiya does not have a lot of Marines here. Medevacs aren't good if there's nothing for the medevacs to heal. So another engagement like that one she just took might be enough. I don't know what she's doing with those two banelings, but yeah, just taking hits. Oh boy, oh boy. You know, good baneling hits, but not enough. Not enough. And she says, fuck. I don't blame you. And he goes for the Doom Drop again. Oh, Lumiya, you crazy guy. Well, I think this might be all she wrote. More than doubling Aquila's supply at this point. She's put up a hell of a fight. You gotta give her that. But the Doom Drop is coming. And you can't fight it. I don't know why he does this, guys. I mean, it's gonna work out for him here. But Aquila... Oh. Really? I can get through that tiny little thing? Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Decent bailing hits, but... Oh, she might clean those up, actually. This is really back and forth, considering how far behind Aquila's been the entire game. Like, I'm super impressed that she's staying in it this long, but... it seems somewhat futile. Oh, no. Oh, that's... Yep. That feel when you realize your army is sitting on a Widowmine. That's too bad. I'm sorry, Aquila. Don't know what happened there, though. Lumiya doing a good job of continuously expanding, though. His main is pretty much dry. So is his natural, but he's got his 3rd and 4th going strong. I mean, with his income and minerals, he could even go for a 5th. Well, stop. Okay, Lumiya, you're officially banned from doing Doom Drops. This isn't even a Doom Drop. This is just like 2 medevacs worth of units, and every unit has their own personal medevac. Oh my. Finally, applying some tactics, Lumiya goes to split up his army. He has all of his Marines up here, all of his medevacs down here. Oh jeez. Well, he's gonna get the 3rd, and that'll be the end of Aquila's economy. All she has is this 1 remaining patch in her natural. I mean, oh, and she's just saying, screw this, man. You've Doom Dropped me 4 times. There's nothing left here to defend. I'm gonna go blow up some of your stuff. Unfortunately for her, 3/3 bio is pretty good. Only Baneworks left now. Trying to see what they can get done, but Lumiya's army is pre-split. And she GG's. Wow. What a game. What a season. What a series. That was surprisingly entertaining. Well, congrats to Lumiya. He does it. He Doom Drops his way into the decider match versus gdoggcasey. And unfortunately, Aquila is eliminated from Group Stage 1. She had a good showing in this last series versus Lumiya. Very entertaining games. I'm surprised that it was the most entertaining one was the one with the lower league players. But I guess this group isn't done yet. We've got one more series to go, so maybe speaking too soon there. Yep. So next up is going to be the last best of 3 of the night of the group. It's going to be a rematch. gdoggcasey versus Lumiya. Who will advance with Nexlux, and who will go home crying? That's what we'll find out right after this break. Stay tuned.
gdoggcasey versus Lumiya.
Alright, here we are in game one of the last best of 3 of the night. Spawning in the bottom position on KTV Ganymede once again. We have the yellow Zerg. It is
gdoggcasey.
And spawning at the top end of KTV Ganymede, the Terran Hope, the wonder from down under, the blue Terran. It is
Lumiya.
Alright. It's all or nothing for these guys. Casey beat Lumiya once. Can he do it again? This is the question. I don't know. I don't know if those games didn't strike me as particularly close. I feel like they were pretty... Casey took them pretty handily. I guess the Noah's Ark game was close-ish, but that map is weird. Let's put it that way. And Lumiya had the miracle drop that killed like 10 Vipers, so I don't know. I don't know if that really is statistically countable. We'll see, though. Lumiya has been making adjustments to his play throughout this group. So I wonder if kind of having 2 ZVTs of experience to have Casey and Aquila kind of expose some holes in his play, if the adjustments he's made are going to amount to enough to take it back over Casey. I don't know. I do know that if he tries to doom drop Casey, I'm going to kick him from the team. I'm sorry, Lumiya. I love you. Let's see what happens on on Casey's side of the map. Looks like he's got the hatch first into pool and gas. Lumiya's doing his little Reaper thing. Are we going to see 1 Reaper, or are we going to see 3? Get your votes in now. Oh, he's going for the reactor right away, so just the 1 again. I guess he's got a higher win rate with the 1 than he did with the 3. Is that fair? Yeah, I think that's accurate. So I guess that's a sensible sensible move for him to make. Going for the low ground CC as per usual. In comes the Reaper. No Reaper Cliff shortcut for him. Aquila's Lings are about to pop. Reaper shouldn't get any work done. Okay. Oh. Casey's Lings are not going to corner it because he goes down the Reaper Cliff. And going right into the factory. And the Marines to go in what I hope will be a bunker. I think that's... I think he's making that that adjustment to his play the better wall that I was talking about earlier, specifically due to how bad he got stepped on by Aquila and Casey for having a poor wall in the previous series. So it's cool to see somebody able to make that adjustment so rapidly. I know I don't learn my lesson for those kind of things as fast as 2 best of 3s. And let's see, Casey grabbing speed, pulling 2 out of gas, just like Aquila did previous series. Glad to see that's going around. Now I just need to talk everyone into getting Overlord speed, and I can officially be a trendsetter. Yep, same old for Lumiya. Getting the starport. Will we see some Banshees, or is he going to go right into Medivacs? Casey getting a much faster 3rd than he normally does. Like to see that. That's even a little earlier than I might want, but that's good. That's a good time to grab it. He's got some Lings on the map. Watching for Hellions that might depart from Lumiya's base. And no Banshee for Lumiya this game. Just more Hellions. We might see some Hellbat play, do you think? Doesn't seem like he's setting himself up for that right now. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. Here's the armory. So, Hellbats works pretty good versus Aquila. Why not give it a shot versus Casey? I can follow that line of logic. Casey getting mini lings in a baneling nest. Seems like he may have some clue what's going on here. A much more structurally sound wall going up on Lumiya's side of the map than the last time these two faced on this map. And yeah, I think this is basically the same build we just saw Lumiya do versus Aquila on the pattern. The 4 Hellion, 5 Marine, pressure, and you get the armory to turn into Hellbats if you feel like you need it. This queen might be donezo. Oh, don't let your units get surrounded though, Lumiya. Okay, baneling hits. Gonna clean this up, no problem. Doesn't even lose the queen. Expertly defended by Casey. If he gets the medevac, that would just be tops, but not quite. Too much to ask, but still, very well defended. Yeah, I'm not sure I could defend a Hellbat push that adeptly without roaches, so props to Casey. Well done. Where does that leave us? Casey's leaping out into the lead in the worker count. Looks like Lumiya switching into Banshee now, adding some more racks, getting stim, pushing out with a few more Hellions, and a Banshee, maybe to do some creep control. Casey's still got an okay number of lings. So Lair's about halfway done, so we've got to wait and see what tech he goes into. Curious if it'll be more Roach Hydra, or if he might give Muta a try. I don't know that we haven't seen Casey Muta yet in this group, so wasn't working out great for Aquila. But maybe Lumiya's incredible mine hits won't happen versus Casey. Oh, he's come back for the queen. Queen goes down at last. If at first you don't kill her, try and try again. Casey's looking a little not sure-footed at the moment. Morphing in a couple banelings. And gonna lose another queen? He sure is. Lumiya's gonna pick up the remaining 2. Oh boy. Doing some nice drops with the Hellbats, but doesn't remember to pick them up again. Yeah, if Lumiya focus fired on that hatchery, I don't know that Casey could stop it from going down. He is getting a Spire, but that Spire is a ways away. Trying to throw down a Spore right under the Banshee, but Lumiya don't care. He's just gonna kill all your workers, and then that Spore isn't defending anything anymore. It's kind of like that. 6 workers killed in total. Not a ton, but enough. Casey's got a mass of lings, maybe trying to do a run by, but front door is wide open for Lumiya. Going to surround these units at the watchtower of Lumiya's, which is great. Oh, this Banshee trying to get some more work done, but it's in range of the Spore. And this medevac is just like, oh, I fell asleep at the wheel. I need to get out of here. Huh. Well, their supply is pretty close. Casey still has a fairly significant worker lead, but their income is basically equal. And Spire is done now, as is +1/+1 for Casey. So it looks like he's going to go for some Mutiling Bane action. Immediately starting +2/+2 and +1 flyer attack. Getting 22 Banes. No Mutas in the mail yet. Interesting. Wonder what this is for. I feel like this is a bit of a mistake. This is a lot of preemptive Banes. Delaying the Mutas pretty significantly. Must be scared of something. Now all he has to deal with these Hellions are Banelings. And a small handful of Lings. Lumiya not paying too close attention though. Does get all these Hellions taken out after getting... Oh wow. Quite a few worker kills. And here are some Banshees sneaking up on Casey's main base. No Spores up in here. Could get quite a lot done. We'll have to see. I don't know that Casey has any Overseer. Oh, he does with his army. And he's got Overseer speed. Good for him. So it'll be much easier to try and chase these Cloaked Banshees down. Yep, just gotta stay on him. Think he's gonna get him, no problem. Oh, Lumiya trying to get a little bit more value out by targeting down banelings. That's really good. That's a good move. 28 drones killed in total by Lumiya. He's making Casey work for it. If his macro was a little bit more on point, I feel like he'd have a pretty solid lead. Just not enough production buildings, I guess. Looks like the second factory is finishing up, and he's going to go for Widow Mines, which is probably the right move against Lingbane Muta. And moving out to secure his third. Casey has no... oh, he's going to take his fourth right now. So, always just got to stay one base ahead. +1 flyer attack just finished. 2-2 for Casey, seconds away from finishing. Stockpiling a lot of minerals. Building the infestation bits so we can prepare to go to lair, or hive rather. And Lumiya is getting just +1/+1 at this very moment, so Casey's still about to be a full set of upgrades ahead. Very low medevac count here. What is his starport doing? Nothing. He did spend his money, so that's good for him. Gonna get some good Baneling hits? Yes, we're gonna get some good Baneling hits. That's what we're gonna do. Very nice hits by Casey. If there were... oh, Widow Mines are still here. And get an okay shot on the mutas. Nothing approaching Aquila tier, but very nice engagement by Casey there. Just not great splits from Lumiya there. He's gonna try to get some damage done, but backup army for Lumiya has materialized, and there's SCVs and a missile turret to repair, so wisely gonna back off, come back with some Banelings, and try again. Infestation pit's done, so he can start hive at any time, which he will need before he can get the 3-3. Don't know where those lings are running off to for Casey. Looks like he's gonna try to go and bust through at Lumiya's third. I mean, not that there's really anything to bust through. The wall is not complete. Maybe he can sneaks off a couple Banelings to get some hits on these SCVs, which is real nice. Oh, a couple Banelings detonating on the command center, which does go down. Nice. He needs to get out of there. Count that a victory. Very nicely played by Casey. He's playing a solid game. Despite taking such economic damage, he's managing to keep Lumiya pinned, which is very impressive. His macro is slipping quite a bit, though. Some macro hatches might be in order at this point, I think. If he instantly had 22 mutas on the map right now, he would be in a quite commanding position. So, but yeah, it is very hard to keep your macro on point when playing Ling Bling Muta, because it's an army that needs to be babysit so closely. Good news is, well, good news was until 16 mutas started building that he was going to have enough to go right into 3-3. But that is no longer the case. Does start +3 weapons and +3 armor. So not that much delayed, actually. Nicely timed out. And we're getting +2 flyer attack for the mutas as well. Meanwhile, Lumiya still on 1-1. +2 armor nearly done, but +2 weapons still a ways away. Casey is running away with the upgrade lead here. And Adrenal Glands for some lings coming in. That's what we like to see. Adrenal Glands is maybe my favorite upgrade. It's very, very good. Lumiya running a little light in the medevac count still. I think he's overcompensating with these Thors. You know, it's good to go Thors versus a large cloud of Mutalisks, which I guess Casey did just materialize. But I think based on what he was seeing in terms of Casey's army composition, like ratios of Mutalisks to Lingbane, 3 Thors was a bit overkill. He's not making any more, though, so I guess it's not that bad. Casey trying to maybe get some work done in the main with these Mutalisks. Casey's creep spread, very good, by the way, I would like to point out. Excellent. Pretty much perfectly split the map. Muta's coming into the main to pick off some missile turrets, kill some SCVs, bring Lumiya to justice for all the economic damage he inflicted upon Casey earlier in the game. Ooh, maybe some free medevacs? Not quite. Oh, now some very free medevacs. Yep. That is one thing that you love to see as a Zerg when a Terran A moves his army back to defend your Mutalisks, and the medevacs show up first, and you just go, oh hey, thanks. Free medevacs. Casey maxed out now. Ooh, Casey, be careful. Takes many shots on his Mutalisks. Lings detonate these mines at the third base. He's going to get some worker kills, but not going to be able to kill the base. Staying maxed out, though. Spending his money as he loses units. There's really no workers left. The natural for him to kill. Oh wow, pretty much almost nearly identical in terms of workers killed, and Casey's workers killed have been at a much more critical juncture, I'd say. Yep. Lumiya trying to throw up some missile turrets under the mutas. Not a good price. Lings come swarming in to give them some cover. Not a great engagement. Lings getting stuck on geysers and mineral patches. Banelings need to be here. Yeah, here they go. They're gonna blow up on Thors. You're not an ST, Casey. Stop that. Just stop it. Not a great trade from Casey there. Lumiya had good position behind the mineral lines. And I think at that point you just need to go somewhere else. Oh, Casey snuck out some ultras when I wasn't looking. I think they have chitinous plating at this point. They sure do. That's great. Let's see how effective they are. Not very many marauders. Oh, this is a terrible place to take an engagement, but Casey's doing it, and he's got the numbers that it may just not matter. No more banelings, but ultralisks are almost reusable banelings for this specific purpose. And Lumiya GG's. He is out of money, pretty much. Yeah, he's got bunch of SCVs and mining those couple patches, but nothing over at this third, which is about to die, so not a tenable position to be in. Well played by Casey. Yeah, that was a good game. So, Casey is up 1-0 in the decider match. Lumiya has to win this next game, or he is out, and Casey is into Group Stage 2. This is his last chance to take it to the decider match, and he has chosen for his second map. Anyone? That's right, it's Noah's Ark. I'll see you there after the loading screen.
gdoggcasey versus Lumiya.
Alright, here we are once again on Noah's Ark. Spawning in the bottom left corner, the yellow Zerg, the man who is one game away from advancing out of his group. Can he do it? It is.
gdoggcasey.
And spawning in the top right corner of the map, the blue Terran, who needs to take this game, or he is done. It is.
Lumiya.
Well, I'll give Lumiya this. He sure is persistent. He did lose to Casey on this map last time he picked it versus him, so it's not clear to me why he's picking it. He didn't do anything tricky on that map last time he picked it, or any of the times he's picked it, really. So yeah, it seemed like it's just hurting him. But hey, Lumiya works in mysterious ways. Who am I to judge? I imagine we'll see a typical build. I would love to see Casey try to close this out with a cheese or an all-in, just to really rub some sand in Lumiya's eyes. I don't think we'll see that though. Lumiya going for his usual Reaper, probably into low ground CC. Casey going for hatch into pool. No gas yet. Perhaps gasless, perhaps not. And I'm going to say we're going to see the one Reaper again. I think it's too late for him to go back to his old 3 Reaper ways. Oh, he's queued up a second Reaper, son of a bitch. Curse you, Lumiya. Curse you. 2 Reaper would be new. If he stops at 2, I wouldn't know what to think. Still no gas for Casey. So I'm going to say he's just going to stay gasless. Probably lead into some roach play, is what I'm going to guess. There's the low ground CC about to go down for Lumiya as his Reaper comes in. Just 1 pair of lings out of this base. The other one must be down by his natural. Oh, he chickened out at the last moment, didn't confirm the kill on that drone. Did he get anything? Nope. He did not. Just very nearly lost his life, but the lings pushed him out. Second Reaper joining up. Going for the 3rd Reaper is Lumiya and the factory behind it. Oh, Queen just gets thrust out of the hatchery. That was quite an interesting animation. This projectile burst. Good micro from Lumiya, not losing any of those Reapers, killing mini Ling. And 3rd Reaper coming to join. Reactor on the barracks. And factory still inbound. Casey's still not getting gas. Just making queens and drones and lings right now. Just the good stuff. The stuff that only costs minerals. Oh, Lumiya's gonna be a sneaky... Nope. Casey smelt what he's dealt. And he's gonna go try to block off the Reaper cliff. But slow lings off creep. Can't quite do it. Oh, very nice pool placement. Is blocking the Reapers from going through any further. Loses 1, gets a scout on the gasless and gets out. I don't know what's going on with these drones. Okay, now they're going back to work. Yeah, no lair yet for Casey, no 3rd. He's getting 4 times gas. Meanwhile, starport coming in for Lumiya. And a tech lab on this barracks. I wonder if those are going to get swapped. Or if it's going to swap with one of these reactors and he'll go right for the medevacs again instead of the Banshee. Banshee play doesn't seem to have been working out that great for Lumiya. Aside from maybe that last game versus Aquila, where I think he had a couple Banshees go into Aquila's main and do a bunch of damage when we weren't looking. Still not sure if that's what happened or not. Oh, Casey saturated on 2 bases. He's got all his gas. Going for the lair. Going double Evo Roach. So this could just be standard Roach Hydra Viper with another latish 3rd. Or maybe a Roach timing. Naughty, naughty, Lumiya. I caught you. Okay, reactor right on building off the starport, not swapping onto it, so that's a little interesting. But he must be going straight for medevacs then, which I think has been a problem for Lumiya in a couple of the series he's played so far. Is his medevac to marine ratio seems to always be slightly out of whack one way or the other. Either not enough medevacs or way too many medevacs. So, I mean, I guess it's probably better to err on the side of too many. So the earlier you start pumping them out, I suppose, the better. Casey taking the 3rd with the very narrow choke. Interested to see if I can figure out why he did that. Because, man, if a Terran army just kind of posts up in here, sucks to be you, man. Looks like Lumiya just getting mines and medevacs and some light bio. Looks like maybe he's gonna move out. Maybe try to pressure a third that he thinks might be there. Casey's got some roaches and a small amount of lings. And he's going for Spire, so roaches were a decoy. Just to... Well, are they? Because he's getting +1 missile. There is a kind of a weird, cool ling roach muta timing you can hit. I don't know if Casey knows about that, though. It's pretty old. It's a sulky build. And it usually was best against people who get tanks instead of mines, so... I don't know if he knows about that. I don't think that's what he's doing, though. Maybe he just doesn't make any mutas? I don't know. Oh, whoop. Missed the engagement there. Wouldn't mind going off on Roach Ball. Roach is pretty resilient, but some medevacs here, healing up the bio. Widow Mine shot's still going off, but yeah, Casey is gonna clean this up, I think. Yep, alright. That Widow Mine, though. Is it gonna get a shot off? No, it is not. So, pretty well defended. But yeah, this is a lot more roaches than I'd expect from someone who made a Spire, so I don't know if that was an accident or he saw something that made him change planes midstream or what. And getting +1 melee attack as well. Let's just get all the upgrades. Ooh, Army going through this narrow choke while Casey's trying to spread creep down it. He could get a good concave at the top of the ramp if he went in, but he did not. Yeah, Lumiya takes another not super great engagement there. I do kind of like dropping on the high ground overlooking the trench here and leaving a Widow Mine there is probably a good call. Seems like a place that could do a lot of damage. Oh, he's killing the animals! He's killing the goddamn animals. You horrible person. Ah, he's going Roach Curling Corruptor. Okay. Okay. Interesting. What do you know? Lumiya trying to go for a Doom Drop. And does manage to escape by the roaches. And this one Corruptor is probably not gonna do it, I'm gonna say. But roaches and lings have made it into the main. He's probably not gonna get out of here with very much. These Corruptors are doing an okay job now on these medevacs. And all the bio is dead, and all that's left are 4 medevacs. So nice. That actually worked out pretty well for Casey. I'm telling you, Lumiya, we gotta reconsider this Doom Drop thing you've got going on. I don't think it's as good as you think it is. It must have worked out really well for him one game, and ever since then he was like, alright, I'm just gonna Doom Drop them all. Widow Mine's set up in a good position. Take out all the lings. Roaches are mostly unfazed though. And that's a good amount of Corruptors. Maybe too many Corruptors, but the more Corruptors, the faster the medevacs are gonna go down. So yeah, I don't have a good sense. I don't play Roachling Corruptor very often. So I don't know what the right amount of Corruptors to get is. I think if he makes any more than this amount, it's a mistake. But I guess if you want to go for a brutal or transition at some point, it may not be too bad. I think this is too many though, but what is going on with these roaches? They're freaking out, man. Infestation Pit going down for Casey now, so he could go for the Hive and go for that Greater Spire. Very brazen is Lumiya, actually building his third CC at the third base rather than building it inside and then lifting it off. Yeah, Casey is quite the supply lead at this point. Widow Mines doing nothing. Not being attacked, not attacking. Am I crazy? What's happening here? Why did that mine not go off like 4 times? Huh. Oh, is it because it's in the line of sight blockers and it can't see anything? Ah, okay. That's a bad place to put your widow mines, folks. Put it over here. That's hilarious. I didn't realize line of sight blockers would do that. Neat. Well, as I mentioned a minute ago, building your third CC at the third base, not the best of ideas. It gets canceled. And I think Casey's going for it at this point. He's maxed out. Why not? Lumiya needs to split pretty well. And he splits as well as he could, I think. Corruptor's just going to town on the medevacs, and Lumiya GG's. Well played. That was a good game. That was a good demonstration of the Roachling Corruptor style. I'm glad I got to check that out, because I'm not super familiar with it myself. Well, and that does it, folks. That's it. Casey takes it, and he advances in second place in the group along with Nexlux. And regrettably, we must say goodbye to our friends from the land down under, Aquila and Lumiya, who are now eliminated. Sad to say. Yeah, that was a pretty good group. Some surprisingly exciting games. This one didn't strike me initially as one that I thought was going to be super entertaining, but there was actually quite a few really nice games in there. Yeah, I think it pretty much shook out how we expected it to in the group draw. Nexlux coming through first, being the Masters player, obviously he's highly favored, and then yeah, Casey coming through. Good job to him. Aquila and Lumiya having some good showings in some of those games, so I am super pleased with how that group turned out, and I can only apologize again to the players of this group for not having proper casting done for your games. They definitely deserved it. Scheduling just didn't work out that way, and I don't want to delay these Group Stage 1 casts any more than they already have been. But yeah, with Group D done, we only have one group left to cast. That's Group E, and that is Tech 4, Canary, Purge, and Psytail, I believe. And that should be happening this Saturday, let's say at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I need to still secure some casters for that, so I don't end up having to do this again. But I think it'll be easier to get people for the weekend cast, so not too worried about that. If you are interested in casting that, check out the Broadcast Club room. And hit me up there. Let me know that you're interested in. I think that group has all races. Yeah, there's Zergs, Terrans, and Protosses in there, so regardless of your race, you can lend some amount of expertise to casting that group. And then immediately after that group is cast on Saturday, we will do the group Stage 2 group selection ceremony to see where all of the people who advance out of Group Stage 1 end up seated into Group Stage 2, with the 4 players who got seeded to Group Stage 2 automatically. Those were Tang, Lucid, Fission, and Hannibal. So that will be exciting to see what the second stage of matchups are, because those are going to be insane. Group Stage 1 has kind of been culling the wheat from the chaff, and Group 2 is when we turn things up to 11, I think. So I'm super excited to get there. Yeah, so I think that's all I have left to say. Quick shout-outs, I guess. Thanks to all the players who played in this group. I know there was some issues scheduling some of the matches with people being on vacation and all that kind of stuff, but they got through it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And just shout out to everyone over at All-In. If you don't know what All Inspiration is, check us out online, all-inspiration.com, like you see on your screen. We are recruiting. Hint, hint. Join the family. We want you, etc., etc. And I guess that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope the cast was tolerable. I am not a caster by trade. I did my best, so please be merciful in the comments. And I guess that's it. We'll see you on Saturday for Group E cast. Night, everybody.
The device has been modified. The device has been modified.